Hello everyone, this is Jogging on Vacant. I'm your host, Meridian Man. Well folks, as promised, we are doing the 7-Up and Sprite comparison test. Boy, this is going to be very exciting. I'm not sure what to expect from this, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy today's program. So, in today's video, we shall be discussing the differences between 7-Up and Sprite. Now folks, before I continue, let me just start by saying that I am not endorsed by either of these companies, nor am I being paid off by anybody to make any of this content. This is just strictly my opinion and my take on this matter. After all, the age-old question is, which is better, Sprite or 7-Up? Well, maybe today we'll get a little closer to answering that question. So, today on deck we've got Sprite, which reads as a Coca-Cola company. And then of course we have 7-Up, which is a Dr. Pepper 7-Up Incorporated company. You know, it's funny. Going into this, I always thought 7-Up was a Pepsi product. I already knew about the Sprite being a Coke product, but oh well. Now before we hop into this carbonated adventure, let me please start by saying that I really don't have a preference to either of these two products. I seldom drink either of them. In fact, come to think of it, I'm not sure I've had one of these beverages in over a year. I myself, I'm a cola drinker. Takes the cake every time. Which will make today's testing all the more fun, because I'm not sure what to expect. And quite frankly, I'm not sure what either of these taste like off the top of my head. But today, we find out. So, here's how we're going to do things. I'm going to go ahead and pour both these products in these glasses. I will then be blindfolded by my kind associate, White Block Satan. He will then, while I'm blindfolded, mix them up together. I will have no idea which one is which. After all, what would be the point of knowing which one is which? For that would just defeat the whole purpose of this fun little experiment. Let's begin. You know, one of my favorite parts about opening a new bottle of any carbonated product is the sound of that seal being broken. Yes, one time when I was in Ireland, we went to the Guinness factory and they taught us how to pour a proper beer. Well, it turns out that pouring soda is no different. Tilt the glass. That way there is no heavy foam leading overhead. Okay, folks, I think it's time. Blindfold on, check. You know, my associate here, White Block Satan, is something of a car aficionado, his specialty being Volvos. If given the chance, you ought to check out one of his channels and see what he has to say. You might find it to be quite intriguing. Now, White Block, am I ready?
Yes.
Okay, so we shall start from going on this side to this side. Again, I'm completely blind. I have no idea which one is which. This shall be very exciting. Well, it's definitely have that sort of citrusy flavor that you'd expect from either of these products, a lemon, lime. Wow, folks, I have to say right off the jump that these both taste very similar. Okay. Okay, so, wow, these are very even. They both exude that lemon lime citrus zest. Let's start with texture. This one seems to be a little more syrupy, maybe. Perhaps even a little more sweeter, though very subtle. Very subtle in the added sweetness. This one is more mild. Has a slightly more bite to it. Okay. Yes, this one is definitely more sweet. This one has got a little bit more bite to it, slightly more carbonation. You know, folks, sipping these two products just brings me back to many moons ago when I was a preteen and a teenager. During those hot, humid summer months, especially in the evening times, we'd gather around the backyard with friends, family, neighbors, and loved ones. There'd be a group of the little ones out by the wood line catching lightning bugs in their jars. Some of the other guys and teenagers throwing the baseball around with the old gloves. On some occasion, there'd be quite the competitive croquet round in the side yard. All the while, the dads are around grilling, the smell of sweet barbecue in the air, while the moms sat around and drank wine. And there we were, sipping these wonderful citrusy flavored sodas, Sprite and 7-Up. So refreshing in those 88-degree evenings, all while these activities were going on. These memories are rushing back to me with both of these beverages, I must admit. Man, I tell you, I haven't had either of these beverages, and like I said, it's got to be at least a year now. Though very refreshing, I can't put my finger on which one's which. This one is more syrupy, less carbonated, more sweet. This one with a more mild, subtle bite to it. So folks, I'm going to guess which one is which. I think that this one is the Sprite and that this one is the 7-Up. And that is my final answer. Okay, I guess it's time to take these off and see which one's which. Oh! So this is the 7-Up and this is Sprite. And I said that this one was the Sprite and this one was the 7-Up, correct? Right? Well, I'll be darned. Folks, I have to be honest with you. I was expecting opposite results from both products. I thought that this would be the Sprite and this would be the 7-Up based off of just, I don't know, subliminal messages you get in your day-to-day life about these different products from other people. I don't know. No kidding, huh? So this is the 7-Up. Now that I'm no longer blind and I can use my sight instead of my smell and my taste, let me see what I think. I'm at a loss for word. I'm completely, I'm surprised. Because knowing Sprite being a Coca-Cola product, Coca-Cola over, say, Pepsi, has a little more bite to it, a little more grab. Whereas the Pepsi has a little more of a syrupy, easygoing vibe to it. That's why I thought that the 7-Up, though a Dr. Pepper product, not a Pepsi product, I figured it would be a little more easygoing than, say, the Sprite was. Turns out I was wrong. Well, there you have it, folks. You know, they're both delicious and they're both refreshing. Do I have a favorite? Could I get in trouble for saying which one's my favorite? But that's just between me and you. Now, I know what these would go really well with, and that is a burrito from Barbaritos. Yes, Barbaritos happens to be my personal favorite Southwest American grill food. If you ask me, well, I'll give you my opinion in our next video. So, in the meantime, please stay safe, stay healthy, and go get you a refreshing 7-Up or Sprite.